Hi guys, welcome. So my name's Adam Husler. Today we're filming with Om. So this class is a class of the insomniacs amongst you. So 20-minute sequence just to help you settle down, to help you sleep. The idea being after this you're exhausted. The plan won't be to actually knacker you out per se. The aim is just to let your body go. Don't try and push anything, don't try and stretch yourself too hard. It's not about that. We're going to start lying on our backs. Okay, ideally if you can, make sure you've got a blanket that you could eventually roll into kind of a long, thickish tube. Make sure you've got a cushion, ideally pretty firm one, pattern not compulsory, and a strap, towel, belt of some kind is useful as well. So start lying on your backs, release your hands to the side, get any fidgets, adjustments out the way. Take your right hand to your belly, take your left hand to your chest. So just begin to scan through your toes, your feet, your legs, around your hips, around your glutes. Notice any tightness, any tension, any aches, any pains. Do the same as you move your awareness through your fingers, your hands, your arms, your shoulders. Take your awareness through your torso, your upper back, mid-back, lower back, your belly, your chest, your neck. Let stuff go, whatever that means to you. Let your lips fall apart, let your face soften. Allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of its mouth. And if you're wearing some kind of passive-aggressive work face, just let your face melt down, your brow soften. Find some stillness. Start to observe your breath and every physical sensation that's linked with it. Feel your belly move into your hand and then release back down towards your spine. Feel your chest lift up to the other hand and then pull back in. Breathing through the nose, breathing through the mouth, whatever feels natural. And just feel the movements of your belly and your chest. Maybe for the next few minutes at least, let your breathing be a little bit exaggerated. Inhaling deeper and exhaling longer. That's all you need to focus on. The moment your mind wanders, come back to the movements of your belly, of your chest. The moment that narrative starts to play inside your head, stories about tomorrow, stories about yesterday, just bring yourself back to your breathing. Let your breath be your anchor. Take a few more moments here. Just to be here, just to breathe. Wake your hands up. Take hold of your strap. Place it on your belly. And just first hug your knee into the chest, right knee. Draw it in, but nothing too forced. You're not overtly using your arms. You can let your left leg relax slightly here. Let your feet relax. So in a sense, the opposite of what you might normally do. Let this whole sequence be relatively passive. Place your strap around the foot. Extend the leg up to the sky. And slightly pull on your strap or your towel just to get a little bit of strength or stretch through the back of that right leg. And nothing too overt. Let the blood flow down from your toes, down your feet, down your legs. Hold for 3. For 2. And one, release. Strap to the belly. Hug the other leg into the chest, squeeze it in. Again, nothing too forced. Keep the shoulders down. Let the back be soft on the mat. Strap to the foot. Extend it up. And again, hold where you want to hold. A little bit more stretch if you want. But again, nothing that makes your breath in any way accelerate. Nothing that increases your heart rate. Holding there for 3. Breathing for 2. Then on 1, softly bend. Get rid of the strap. And then just hug your knees in. Maybe just slightly curve the spine. And give your spine a little massage. Maybe roll left and right, backwards, forwards, a little circle. See if anything clicks. Open your eyes if you still have them closed. Rock yourself up. And make your way to a downward dog. But a downward dog not quite like anything we've done in any other classes. Let this be passive. So maybe let your shoulders slightly collapse. Let the knees be bent. So use this more than anything as an inversion. Your head below the heart. Maybe even you're letting your armpits turn slightly out. As little muscular engagement as you can. Let your head almost float towards the floor. So it's not really a downward dog. It's a downward dog if you looked at it quickly, but actually we're not using any of the muscles that we should do in a typical downward dog. Maybe let your knees bend even more. Allow your head perhaps to collapse further to the floor. Keep your breath long and fairly strong. And step your right shin towards the top of the mat. Now I would say here, pop a block underneath your right glute. You're not going to square your hips fully. Your legs are at 2 90-degree angles, like a zigzag. Grab a book, perfect. So, a book as thick as the Count of Monte Cristo. Chris would be a good call. Pop that underneath your right glute, just to square the hips. Take this at hand, your big cushion. Turn your belly slightly across your right leg. Just a little bit of squaring of the hips. And then let your body fold down. Make sure you're folding as much as possible over your right thigh. And then take your left ear down to the blanket, to the bolster, whatever you've got. If you feel like you want to, slightly urge your left hip forward and keep your belly button moving across your right thigh. Almost relinquishing control of your body here. The toes soft. The only real activation perhaps on the left hand side of your torso. With any of these poses, if you want to stay longer, press pause and stay longer. Walk your hands back in. And just really softly step back. Doing exactly the same on the opposite side. Other shin moves up. Again, perhaps Monte Cristo comes underneath your left glute. Legs at 2 90-degree angles. Nice big cushion down. First, turn your belly button over your left thigh a little bit more. Almost actually turning your chest to the left. And then let your body melt down. Everything relatively soft. Make sure you are relatively comfortable. A soft wrapping of that right hip forward. Enough to feel something. But in theory, you should be able to feel like you could stay here for hours. Keep your breath natural. Stay aware of it. Your belly button still gliding over slowly. Two more full breaths. And bring yourself out. Come to sit tall. Get rid of the book. And to lie on your back. And I would say here, depending on your flexibility, maybe have a cushion on your left hand side. Draw your knees to the chest. Move the cushion so it's more or less knee level. Let your knees drift to the left. Arms to the side, look over your right shoulder. Keep the knees relatively high. If you know you're quite open here, you can potentially just get rid of that cushion. But if that suddenly feels like you're in a deep stretch, ease off. The higher your knees are up the body line, the more effective this twist will be. So it's your choice. Let your breath move to the part of the body where you feel there is resistance. Come back to center. Over to the opposite side. But bum slightly to the left first. Knees to the right. Maybe use that cushion. Again, keep the knees pretty much belly button height. We'll go over the other arm. Let your body melt down. Stay with your breath. Ease yourself back in. Move your spine back to the center line. Draw your knees in. And bring yourself up to a seated position. Maybe just move your neck left and right. Coming to a supported bridge now. We're going to get a blanket out of the way. I'm going to show you this first, and you have a choice. You can use your hands. You could potentially use a block if you have that, or a bolster. Take your hands underneath your sacrum, your fingertips pointing to the heels. For some of you, that will be the most comfortable thing in the world. If it's really not, you can place something else underneath your sacrum. You want to be as high as you can. Let this be almost an inversion of sorts. Perhaps even taking your arms above your head, if that gives you a greater sense of release. Just give up control of the body. Notice any parts you're still holding, and let them go. Notice any reoccurring thoughts popping into your head, and let them go. Those thoughts will always come. We can't really escape them. What we can do over time is notice them quicker and let them go sooner. Now make sure your sacrum, your tailbone area just above, is on something now. And extend your legs to the sky. Maybe use a bolster again, a cushion, 2 cushions. But let your legs be pretty much vertical. But not really using this as a leg stretch. But your legs can be fairly soft. Imagining the weight of your legs is sinking directly into your bum, then into the blanket, into the floor. So you could almost fall asleep here, with your legs just staying where they are. If this is something you enjoy, you can do it against a wall. Really good at the end of a long run, a long cycle, just a long working week. If your legs want to drift apart, let them. If your knees want to bend a little bit more, let them. Keep aware of your breathing at all times. Aware of the air moving in and out. The movement of the belly, the movement of the chest. Feeling of the air moving across your nostrils, across your lips. Your clothing moving against your skin as you breathe. Allow your knees to drift towards your chest. Lift yourself off, wherever you are. Come to sit tall. Take hold of your blanket. If you haven't rolled it up already, do that now. And place this rolled up cigarette-shaped blanket down the line of your spine, or down the centre of the mat. Feet touching, but not so close it becomes an intense hip opening pose. And slowly release yourself down. So your bum is on your mat. The blanket starts near your sacrum, top of the bum. Your head rests on the blanket. Palms face up. Feel your chest slightly open. A counter to everything we spend our week doing. Allow the chin maybe to lift slightly. Let your awareness move to your extremities, to your fingers, your hands, your toes, your feet. Relax your extremities. Let that wave of relaxation move through the lower arms, the upper arms, the shoulders. The lower legs, the upper legs, the hips. Let your arms, let your legs relax. Move your awareness up through your torso, your neck. Let your torso, your neck relax. Let your awareness move through your chin, your jaw, your ears, and the back of the head. Your lips, your tongue, your cheeks, your nose, nostrils, eyes, eyelids, forehead, top of the head. Let your head relax. Let your whole body relax. Stay here as long as you want. When you're ready, when you want, without moving much, just take yourself to bed. Leave the equipment for the morning. Thank you for sharing your practice. Good night.